What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Mona. So, today, what I want us to look at is a video by a woman, and she basically responds to this woman here on the screen to basically say, hold the phones. I need women to pump their brakes. Okay, because this woman right here on the screen, I don't know if you've seen her before. I think she primarily posts on TikTok, but of course, like everything else, it'll make its rounds to various social media platforms. But she basically is explaining to women everything that you need to do, right? If you really want to be single. And so there's another woman that's gonna stitch this video, or she did stitch this video and give her response to say, you know what, ladies, we need to just cut the ish. If you want to be single, definitely take her advice. However, I would really need y'all, especially women who want to be in relationships and marriages, to stop listening to women like her, because this is, bad advice. Okay. So I thank y'all for being here. Please leave a like, comment down below if regarding anything that you're hearing today, and give me your feedback. And also, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. All right, let's get into it. And thank y'all for being here.
Positive toxic, and I'll give you some examples. Let's just say you and him have a regular routine, and on your way to work every morning you give him a call, y'all talk on the phone. At least one of those days out the week, don't call him. Tell him
she's not talking to you. Okay? She is not talking to you. Don't listen to that shit, and this is no offense to that creator and her content, but stop listening to stuff like this. See, this is exactly why men and women are so divided, when in reality all we want is love. Number one, to me, there's no such thing as positive toxicity. That's an oxymoron, okay? And why would I want to conduct myself in that type of space in an actual relationship? So here's somebody.
Y'all, that is such a good point. I think oftentimes when we hear various creators and you constantly spend so much time on social media, that you will begin to believe, and especially if you do not read, because Lord knows people do not be reading. Too often we will just go to social media first thing in the morning. We barely get the crust out our eyes, y'all, and we are popping open those apps, the TikTok, the Instagram, so on and so forth. And I am guilty of it. Okay, I am so guilty of doing the same thing. But I'm definitely throughout my day reading articles, right? And I also, as a content creator, making my business to do my own independent research of anything that I post, especially on my channel. Okay, especially if it's like breaking news or anything like that. But to just take what a person says, right? She putting these two words together, like she said, oxymorons, toxic positivity. But y'all will just run with that. Okay. But let's continue, because she's cooking. And I did rewind it back just a little bit.
And why would I want to conduct myself in that type of space in an actual relationship? So here's somebody say, sometimes you got to be toxic. Switch up your routine. No, baby. If my man likes me talking to him in the morning on my way to work, and that's what we both enjoy, that's what I'm going to do. If I like cooking for my man on a Friday night and cuddling up on the couch and satisfying him and his appetite, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if we continue to listen to shit like this. We're all going to end up by ourselves.
Hold the phone, y'all. Hold the phone.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't lied.
Y'all, she's cooking over here, and I've never seen this woman's content, but I definitely made sure I left a comment to the good word that she's preaching. But she's absolutely correct. She is absolutely correct. To each his own. I really do not care. Whatever y'all choose to do, that's on y'all. We are all adults. However, if you've lived long enough, you're gonna see that fat meat is greasy. Shout out to my second grade teacher, y'all. But seriously, if we live long enough, we will see and believe that fat meat is greasy. Okay? Have your own mind, regardless to which way you decide to go. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you've been doing everything that a lot of these women, okay, are speaking to you, especially if it's women in your family or women online, and you taking advice from them and they don't have the outcomes that you desire. Now, no one's outcomes are going to be the same, but I'm speaking with respect to long-term relationships, even more specifically marriage. Okay, I don't know if that's a person that you would want to take advice from. I don't think that they're qualified to give you any type of advice. Okay, and a person who is qualified is not just going to tell you everything that sounds good. They're going to keep it 100 with you about the things that are, that you may anticipate and you may encounter. Again, all marriages are not the same. Of course, we know common sense, no one individual or every individual, I should say, we are not all alike. Okay. But I think to guide women with foolish, advice based on our own one off anecdotal experiences, or we don't have the experience, or we have maybe even had experience and we have been so scorned and burned, and not once did we take any type of responsibility or even try to, you know, have some, you know, honest reflection with ourselves to kind of identify how we were in our own way with respect to our marriages or respect to our relationships. All right. But I'm going to finish letting her cook before I get too deep into the conversation. If you guys are enjoying this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel.
And that's not the way that God intended, okay? We're all meant to be with something and in something or being loved by somebody. But we cannot just snap out of this toxic bullshit, playing all these games. I don't have time to play games because I want something real and somebody real. And I can't follow guidelines like this. Now, if you do, to each his own, let me know how it works out for you. But I'm going to tell you something. These men are going to get extremely tired of us. The way that we are sick of them and we telling them, they already got so many rules to follow. Oh, I don't eat at Cheesecake Factory. I don't like Olive Garden. And I can't drive in a car like that. And I don't want coffee for a date. They're already sick of us. Y'all, and what's gonna happen is,
and that's a whole word. That's a whole word, because I'm here to tell you, y'all be flip-flopping so much. I have a video that I'm gonna play that's gonna prove exactly what she's talking about. That not only do we have rules, but also we change the rules because it just depends on the situation and circumstance. Okay, but she's absolutely right. We're having and placing all these demands on men. We are, acting, A, B, C, and D. We are really not being intentional with respect to how we should be really kind of, cleaning things up. We're cleaning the house, right? We're not being intentional about that with the outcome of having a solid relationship. Everything that I see today is manipulation and game playing, and men don't have time to play. And to be fair, why would you want to play games with your own self and waste your own time? Now, again, to each his own. Everybody may not want to be in a relationship or marriage. I don't advocate for everybody to be in marriage or relationship, but what I do advocate for is women who desire to be married and the things that they may want to reconsider with respect to how they act, their behaviors, our thought process, which we have a lot of unlearning to do. Okay, especially for many of us Black women who have been raised in families that we didn't see any marriages or long-term relationships. We never had that in-home example of how to resolve conflict in a healthy, positive way, how we would, how division of labor is done in the home, what it really looks like to be a united front as a couple. We missed out on a lot of that. Okay. But we do have an opportunity to learn. And I'm going to also say this too: the younger that you are, the easier it's going to be. But if we consider to live a life where everyone's supposed to bend, fold, and cater to us, that we don't have any type of room to grow. Okay. Just had to double check, make sure my mic was still on, y'all. Then We're going to constantly be blaming people. We're going to constantly be trying to play games and mind tricks and all of that to try to get a one up on a man because we have been burnt so bad. And when I say burn, we're not talking about, an STD burnt necessarily. But we believe that we've been played so bad because we didn't make the best decisions. We didn't have the best examples. We're not listening to people who really do have our best interests. And so they're going to teach you, okay, based on their, lack of, solid and sound decision-making skills, not listening to others, so on and so forth. And so what happens if you live your whole adult life thinking that everyone else is the problem and not you needing to address your concerns, that you don't have anything to address, that you're perfect in every single relationship. And I used to love when Kevin Samuels, would say to the women on the show, if I had a chance to talk to your ex, what would your ex have to say? And those women would need in that moment would have to reflect upon and be really honest with themselves. A lot of the times they may not have said anything, okay, because they lack self-awareness, but there were some women that were honest and would say, oh, A, B, C, and D, right? Because the same way we love to talk about men ain't this and this ain't that, and then in turn we want to play games based on those bad experiences, you definitely will always play a part in your relationship because the man was never in a relationship by himself. You all had a mutual agreement and you consented to be in that relationship when that man offered a relationship to you. So I'm going to continue to let this young lady cook, and thank y'all for being here.
Going to be extremely content with being by themselves if we keep playing stupid kitty ass games like this. There's absolutely no way that if you are in your late 20s, early 30s, or in your 40s, you should be listening to some shit like this. And once again, no offense to her, but this don't make no sense, okay? Stop taking this type of advice because all it's going to do is ruin you and your relationship, and you're going to end up by yourself.
Women need to be what I like to call.
Y'all, she said a whole word, y'all. Now I'll say this, disclaimers, and I've had to learn this too as a content creator. I think that we just as women, you're going to have to be comfortable with others being uncomfortable and being offended with what you got to say, because at the end of the day, we're not here to please everybody, and you should stand 10 toes down on what you say, on where you stand, your beliefs and your perspectives.
Okay. That part.
Let people be mad. Now, I also believe that you can disagree with someone respectfully. I don't believe in the name calling, this, that, and the third. But, again, to each his own. But I do not believe that listening to that woman who was in the very beginning of this video, that's a sound approach to dealing in relationships. And also, I don't think that women who are not prioritizing relationships or don't want to take relationships seriously should be trying to dog and shit on women who, like this woman says here, that she's willing to cater to her man, that she's willing to prioritize her man. Like, let people prioritize their man in peace, okay? Because I'm going to show you a video of a woman who obviously waited, too many years too late, and she's crying on TikTok because obviously she didn't want to take the seriousness of relationships in her youth as if we have all day. You don't have time to be playing high school games when you're 20 something and 30 and 40 years old. I mean, we need to grow up, ladies. If you want to be in a relationship, if you desire to grow in your relationship skills and development, we do not have time to waste if that's what you desire, because life is short and good men are not going to stick around and wait for you to just, get yourself together, especially when you've demonstrated immaturity. When all y'all want is foodie dates, when all y'all want is just trinkets, you want a man to give up his own time and, expertise and experience and you want to play games, and you know that you didn't have no interest in seeing that man, you know, in the future. So I thank y'all for being here. I do want to play this one last video, okay, really quickly, y'all. I'm getting used to sharing TikTok videos because I don't really share TikTok videos. And I'm gonna pause it right quick. I usually just download them, but I decided, hey, we just gonna start sharing these videos. All right, and I thank y'all for being here. So, this is for, you know, kind of like a what I want to call it, a cautionary tale. That's what I want to say, y'all. It is late AF, y'all. I can't think. Y'all, but it's a cautionary tale with respect to when you think you have all the time in the world and we don't. We don't know what our next minute or an hour is going to be. And it is quite sad if, we have to leave this earth without having experienced, a relationship where there's care, love, and respect. Okay, with someone that genuinely values you and you value that person. But I want you all to listen in, and this is really a sad story, y'all. But I want y'all to listen up and thank y'all for being here.
I'm so fucking tired of being alone. I'm so tired of trying to find love on him. I mean, damn. I may not be pretty to somebody, but goddamn, I'm pretty to me. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm tired of this bullshit. I don't understand why the fuck am I still living.
And y'all, this is really sad. Now, I'm looking at this woman, she's probably close to my mother's age, okay? And she's old enough to be my mother and probably many of you all who are tuning in. But this is really sad, it's really sad. And to hear her say that she doesn't even know why she's living, that's really disheartening. So it sounds like she's definitely having experienced some regrets with respect to the outcomes or the lack thereof, based on, decisions that she made or didn't make. Okay. And thank y'all for being here. Ladies, please pay attention. Okay.
I just want to be somebody girlfriend, somebody wife, somebody something. I deserve to fucking be happy too. Why the fuck can't I be happy? I'm tired. I'm tired of being. I'm so fucking tired of being alone. I'm so tired of trying to find love.
So as y'all can hear, we have a woman who says she is so tired of trying to find love. Again, like I said, she's old enough to, be my mother. And she's here crying on TikTok because maybe she squandered her time. And to be honest, it looks like that was the case. She squandered her time when she was younger, much more attractive, much more energetic, probably much more agreeable. I'm pretty sure that a man had, made her acquaintance and made his acquaintance with her. And for whatever reason, that it just didn't pop off like that, or she thought that she could do better than that man. And then look what happens. Time goes on. Now we don't know her situation. We don't know if she has had relationships before or if she's had any children or whatnot. But this is really sad. And unfortunately, this will be the reality for many of us, especially if we are taking ill-advised advice, okay? And information from women who think that they can continue to play games, thinking that they have all the time in the world, thinking that they are the best thing smoking. And there's nothing wrong with having confidence in yourself. There's nothing wrong with, anything like that. But I think that we need to get off our high horse as women, so much so that we are just Xing out any potential opportunities for a man to court us, and especially as younger women. And you are just going through, I love what is it called? It's the relationship store, right? So you go to the first floor and you don't see anything, and then you go to the next floor and you don't see anything, and then you go to the next floor. Y'all, I feel like I be doing that when I be shopping on Fashion Nova, y'all. Lord have mercy. Y'all, I be waiting on them little outfits to go down. Like, oh, I like this dress, but I'm not paying full price. I can, but I'm not going to. And then what wound up happening? The dang on dress sell out, and I'm just ass out. Lord. But in all seriousness, it's so important, and I talk about this extensively on my channel. It is so important that women, you find your a group of women that you can have conversations with. And I'm talking about a group of women who are marriage minded, relationship minded, that they can, call you out respectfully on your BS and give you some sound solutions. It's not to say you have to do what they say and exactly how they do it, but you definitely have to have women in your corner, okay? Even if it's just one woman, a woman, okay, who has some experience, and they can, help you think critically, okay, before you just jump out the window, whether it's leaving a relationship prematurely or just somebody to run, different types of scenarios and questions, and get just their perspective as a person who's been courted and has been in a successful relationship. To listen to a woman that was, at the beginning of that clip, telling you to, not answer the phone every time your man calls. Like, if that's your man, why wouldn't you want to be attentive to your man? That's the quickest way to be single and to label yourself as a game player. And then you're going to be basically boxed out, and you're going to be like this woman, aged out, okay, of all potential opportunities and options, okay? And I'm not saying you can't be of an older age and find love. I'm not saying that either. But your options significantly diminish with age, okay? So, y'all, this is very sad situation, all right? So, I got one more thing I want to show y'all before I wrap up, okay? And y'all, this has been a very, very hectic day. So, you know what? I'm going to save that for another day. But I do have something that I want to share with y'all, because the holidays are fastly approaching, y'all, and we know people are not clean like they should be, y'all. They just not. So, as you can see from the picture, y'all, I want y'all to really get this image etched into your mind. Okay, we know people be having potlucks, y'all. I do not mess around with no funky potluck. Y'all, I can't do it. So I want y'all to just watch this, okay? I want y'all to really look at this, okay? So we have here
making chili. Gotta have our pat in there.
I'm sure gonna eat that. Well, we have here a woman in the kitchen with a monkey over the stove. Y'all, this is crazy AF. So she's cooking something. It looks like some chili. And she has her little hamburger helper over here. Okay, Lord have mercy. She got her hamburger helper here, and he is helping her whip up a nutritious meal. over the stove. She pouring seasonings in the monkey's hand, and they're dropping down into the damn pot of chili, y'all. I y'all just remember, y'all have a safe holiday this holiday season, okay? Think about this when y'all go to them potlucks, folks bringing in them meals at the job, okay? So that is all I have for y'all. All right. So I appreciate you for supporting my channel, for the comments that you guys leave, and just for always showing up. Okay, I greatly appreciate it because you don't have to watch my content. You do not have to even subscribe or leave a like button, but many of you do, and that definitely encourages and motivates me to continue to make content. Also, if you have content that you would like for me to cover, I have my email scrolling at the bottom. All right, so you can email it there if you have something, and if I think it's a good video, you may see it here on the channel. So, and until the next video, peace.